Ever since I was a little kid, I've seen this McCann's Irish Oatmeal on the shelves. I've never had any of it before, and I'm curious about it. Now, I'm certain that it was on the shelves far before I was a little kid, and far before you were a little kid. The question today is, why am I making a video about Irish oatmeal? And why am I choosing out of all days to make the video the day of my wedding anniversary? Noelle, what do you think about the fact that I'm making a video about Irish oatmeal on the day of our wedding anniversary?
I think that it's going to be interesting. I can't wait to see how you tie the two together.
Say hi! Say hi to everybody! I truly am curious about this oatmeal. That's no joke, I have never had it before. As I'm looking into this Irish oatmeal, I open this can up and I expect to find oatmeal, but instead I have this. So I got the oatmeal going, and you may ask yourself, why am I filming myself cooking this oatmeal on top of the stove? Probably because it makes for much better footage than instant oatmeal. I wonder, can I make decent B-roll footage of me making instant oatmeal? Now, this video is already going to be challenging enough as it is. It's already boring. What can I do to spice this up? Seriously, why do I have 3 different kinds of oatmeals today? Well, one of the main reasons I have 3 different kinds of oatmeals is I am actually curious. I want to do a taste test on these. I want to know if this higher priced oatmeal right here is going to taste better than this instant oatmeal that I made in the microwave in under 2 minutes. And I also want to know if it's going to taste better than this oatmeal right here, these old-fashioned rolled oats. I'm really curious, and honestly, I've never ever done this before, and I'm really hoping that I am blown away by this steel-cut Irish oatmeal. I can already tell you this Irish oatmeal stuff, or whatever you want to call it, is somewhat of an adventure. I know that seems kind of boring, but I can already tell there's a method and there's a finesse to it that people learn over time. I'm certain that there's probably stories of their mother making the best oatmeal, and me growing up, it's always been kind of instant or 2-minute oatmeal or 3-minute oatmeal, and I've never done anything like this before. I know, and I still maintain that oatmeal is boring, but today I wanted to have a little adventure. I thought to myself, if I can have an adventure with oatmeal, I can have an adventure with anything. Alright, so back to this oatmeal here. When I think of Ireland, Irish, I don't think oatmeal. I don't think most people think oatmeal. You probably think potatoes, maybe fish and chips, the Blarney Stone, a pint of Guinness. But in fact, as my curiosity was getting to me, I had to look this up. I had to figure out, what is this Irish oatmeal about? How in the world is it that Quaker Oats has not kicked it off the shelves yet? I mean, it's been around as long, if not longer, than Quaker Oats. So there must be something to it. I mean, we all know Quaker Oats. We all know that to be kind of like the gold standard ever since we've been kids, or ever since I've been a kid. Quaker Oats have been on the shelves. I said to myself, this oatmeal, as boring as it is, there must be something to it if it's still on the shelves after all these years. People are still buying it. What is up with it? Here's what I discovered. You can go back to legal writings in Ireland and discover that it's been part of the culture since the 5th century. That's very interesting to me. And that's not something I would have ever thought about had I not got the interest about this oatmeal. Now, this may just seem like boring old oatmeal to you, and it is just boring old oatmeal. But to me, it's an opportunity to learn something that I had never learned before and to expand my horizons. Alright, so I'm done cooking and I've got the 3 methods here from what I think is going to be the worst to what I think is going to be the best. You can already tell it's kind of like a pasty thickness here. It just seems bad. It tastes like eating paste. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it tastes like a paste and like one step above like that glue you would eat in kindergarten. No joke. I could see why they put like cinnamon and stuff like that. They have the flavored packets of oatmeal for this. So now I'm gonna move on to here, the rolled oats. Not much more flavor, but it does have more flavor and it does taste more like a cereal, which I mean, I guess it is, but it does taste more like something you would, the consistency is a lot better is what I'm trying to say. Like, I feel like I'm actually eating food and not just some sort of paste. It would probably do well with something in it like raisins or something like that, but I still think it's leaps and bounds above the instant oatmeal. And finally, I'm gonna move on to what I was hoping would just change my world as far as oatmeal is concerned. All right, I've never had this before. I'm really curious. Not much better. So after all of that, what do I think? I'll tell you what I think. This is flavored instant oatmeal. I'd probably just stick with that. Yes, I was truly interested in the oatmeal, in the Irish oatmeal, and I was really hoping it would blow me away, and it didn't. Big disappointment. But you know what though? I learned something, and I gained an experience out of it. What I want to say is this. This video wasn't necessarily about oatmeal. I just have this pressure to do something sensational, to always have some sort of entertaining content on this channel. I'm afraid to be boring on this channel. I'm afraid just to have a normal everyday vlog where I share myself and my life with you. I want everything to always be exciting because I think that's what you want all the time. It kind of reminds me of when I was younger and I was told like, hey, if you take somebody out on a date, you never want to take them to the most expensive, fanciest restaurant there is out there. You kind of want to set the standard because you'd have to take them back to the fanciest restaurant over and over again. That's why when Noelle and I went on our first date, I made her cook our dinner.
That's not true.
Well, that's not true, but I will say this much. I do remember when we first started dating and we would have to wait till 9 o'clock to call each other. It was actually 10 o'clock her time because we were in 2 different time zones. And I would go off to my parents' garage because I was staying there over the winter break from college. And we'd call and we'd just talk for hours and hours. There came a point where I got so scared that I was just gonna run out of things to say. Well, needless to say, after 12 years, actually after close to 16 years, I haven't run out of things to say. You know, I had this fear that Noelle liked me because I was always able to come up with something witty to say, always and wanted to impress her. I thought sooner or later I'm gonna stop impressing her and she's gonna run off. She's gonna run away. She's gonna go to the next guy who can say something impressive. Well, you know that didn't happen. I will say that I don't think of witty things to say all the time and I don't impress her all the time. You have to be in the long haul for the relationship and things can't always be exciting. Things can't always be impressive. Sometimes it's just oatmeal. So just to clarify real quick, yes, we did have to call each other after 9 o'clock because back in the day, you remember this, Noelle?
Yeah.
We did not have unlimited minutes.
No.
Just want to get back to the fact that this weekend is our anniversary.
Yes, it's our 12th anniversary. Yes, happy anniversary.
Yes, happy anniversary, baby. What's this weekend been like as far as anniversary is concerned?
It's definitely been atypical. I mean, the weather kind of describes it, just kind of rainy and just it's just been different.
Yeah.
A lot of differences have played into it, but I mean, the pandemic going on and then having a baby this anniversary, which we haven't had that before, we haven't had her before. So, you know, there's just been different things, just a stay-at-home kind of anniversary.
Yeah, wait a second, I'm going to say something. It makes it sound like we just got her on our anniversary, when in fact this is our first anniversary with her.
Yeah.
While this hasn't been the most exciting anniversary, over the course of our relationship, Noelle and I have been through so much more than we can possibly talk about in one video. I just remember back to last year, it was around this time last year, we're about a month and a half away from that. They said that I believe it was your iron levels were low.
Iron levels were very low.
And so you went in, you drove up to Gainesville, you went into Shands, and you got an iron infusion. Something happened, and we were not expecting it at all.
Well, I went to go get my infusion, and the nurse was sitting there talking to me after they started the IV and everything. As we were talking, I just kind of started feeling a little strange, and so I told her, I said, I kind of feel funny, and she's like, funny how? Like, tell me what's going on. And I explained to her that my chest just felt really heavy, and I was having, it was becoming more difficult to take a breath in, like even just a relaxed, resting breath. Then I started feeling just pain all over, like my joints were hurting, and I could tell things weren't going well. So they were saying that I was having a reaction to the infusion, and so they gave me different medications to help with the reaction, and then they just kind of had me stay put, and they monitored me until I was feeling better. Thankfully, by God's grace, ended up being okay.
But from my point of view, I had gone to get my haircut that day, and Noelle had been keeping me updated the entire time. And then it was like an hour, almost 2 hours had gone by, and I had not heard anything from her. And then finally she calls me and she's like, there's something wrong. I've had a reaction. I'm having a hard time breathing. And I'm like, oh.
Gwendolyn doesn't want us to tell this story, apparently.
And the only thing that made me feel good is I knew she was already at the hospital. But I'm thinking, this stuff is in her blood. So it's not like they can just wipe it off of her skin and, give her, some sort of shot or something like that. It is literally going through her blood. Is she, I don't know, can you be allergic to iron? Is there something inside however they delivered it to her? I have no clue. And so, obviously, at this point, I am freaking out. So I get a ride up there. I don't even know how I'm going to get up there, but I get a ride up there. Everything turned out to be okay. She was really just kind of sluggish at the end of it because I think they just pumped whatever they pumped her full of, They
did end up giving me Benadryl IV at one point.
Yeah, so it was she was just kind of out of it, and I guess that's why they didn't want her to drive. And then it wasn't long after that, she starts getting these...
Pause for a second. Let me connect.
Our girl is in her new Jenny jump up, and she makes the weirdest, cutest faces. We're not laughing about the situation at the hospital. We always knew Gwendolyn was going to be delivered early. We didn't know she was going to be a Gwendolyn. We didn't know she was going to be a boy or girl until she was born. So obviously I'm freaking out about my wife, my baby. I'm thinking am I about to lose everything? That thought went through my mind. And obviously we have gone through many anniversaries, and I think Noelle, you can attest to this too, where those thoughts have gone through our minds.
Yeah, is it going to be our last anniversary?
Is this going to be our last anniversary because of all your health concerns and everything? And we've always thankful for every anniversary. And we've had so many, I don't want to say exciting in a good way, but we've had so many thrilling, or I would say suspenseful anniversaries over the course of the years. And it wasn't eventful. Yeah, eventful is the right way to put it. And I'll say that she's making noise, isn't she?
All I can hear is...
She's jumping. She's jumping on it good.
Yeah.
So it wasn't long after that, your blood pressure spiked really high. And I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was close to like 180 to 200.
Yeah.
And over 90 or 110 or something like that.
It was bad.
And they were like, okay, we're gonna have to keep you in the hospital. And then they took you out of the hospital, and we kind of went back and forth. And eventually it just got so bad that they had to induce you. Because of your kidney transplant, and a lot of times they may just monitor you. But this time last year was very eventful. Right. They had to just basically do an emergency C-section. Yeah. And then we spent 10 days in the hospital because the little girl over there wouldn't eat. And
she wasn't eating well.
She wasn't eating well. And we're just so thankful and feel so blessed to be where we are.
Absolutely.
We're going to get into some of the other things later. We could talk for hours and hours about all the stuff that we've been through over the years. Right. But Noelle and I both agree that we were okay just having an oatmeal anniversary this year.
Yeah. I liked the steel cut oats, by the way.
You like the steel cut oats?
Yeah, those were good. That's the only thing I took 2 bites of.
Really?
Yeah, I took a second bite.
I didn't like them that much. I mean, I think maybe I had to learn how to make them better.
Well, or just put a little cinnamon on them.
Or would you just rather do that, or would you just go back to the brown sugar cinnamon instant oatmeal?
No, I like the steel cut oats. I like the texture better.
Oh, well, I guess everybody's different. Oh, and by the way, if you think this oatmeal thing is boring, and it is, I completely agree with you. What were we doing around the house before we make oatmeal?
I was like, what were we doing? Obviously, nothing too exciting. We were cleaning.
And so, but we've decided, because we're adults and we're grown up, and like, it's a funny thing how like time works, and how like, if you can't do what you want on your anniversary, you can always just do it another time. So when the right time comes and this pandemic ends, we'll make sure that we go and we do something. We're just very happy to
have the day together. I'm glad that he didn't have to work today. That was pretty cool. That was nice.
Yeah, so we're just happy that we had the day together and no one had to go to the hospital. No. And I didn't have to worry about whether or not my wife was going to be with me the next day or not. Yeah. And I know that sounds very dramatic, and I know that sounds very, like, over the top. We're not trying to be over the top. Mm-hmm. We just want you to know how blessed we are. And when we do tell you that we've had many anniversaries and many times where we didn't know, and it wasn't always life or death. Sometimes it was whether or not you were ever going to walk again, whether or not, you could ever, like, basically see again. And like I said, we're going to get into that later down the road sometime.
Yeah, that's a story for another day.
But it's a story that I think is going to be inspirational to people out there. Thank you for taking this journey with us. And thank you for letting us just be, oatmeal people today. And not having to say anything exciting or over the top or anything like that. It is so hard to talk because our daughter is over there. She's talking. She is just...
Hi.
I know you can probably hear her over there. Gwendolyn's saying thank you too.
Yeah, Gwendolyn appreciates it.
Have you ever had an experience that was shocking or stressful that you're willing to share? Put it down in the comments below.
Yeah, we love to hear back from you guys.
Just know that we've been through a lot, and we want to share our experience with you to hopefully encourage you. But once again, thank you for watching.
Yes, thank you for everything, for watching. And yeah, click that thumbs up button.
Or that thumbs down button.
No.
Don't click the
thumbs up. Thumbs up. Click thumbs up if you like me better.
Click the thumbs down if you think Chad's a bummer. I made a video about oatmeal.
I'm just kidding. No. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. No, we're just kidding.
Crazy.
Thank you so much for watching.
Yes, thank you.
Y'all are so awesome. Do please like, comment, subscribe, and click either the thumbs up or the thumbs down button. We encourage you. We're going to be honest with you along this path, and if there's anything you don't like, please leave a comment down below. Say what you don't like. If there's something you do like, leave a comment down below. Say what you do like.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know how we can improve these videos. Once again, we hope that y'all have the most amazing day.
Yes.